So then I thought trees. I thought, right, okay, what's that going to look like? I've seen people try to do trees on hair before, and it don't look that brilliant, to be honest with you. So I thought that's going to look a bit boring as well, so that was a no. Then I thought you could do fields with dividing walls, where you could do plaits or twists that divide sections up, which some of you might come up with an idea like that, I don't know. So I tried a couple of those things, but it still didn't look very good. Then I was starting to think, right, farm animals, there's cows, there's pigs. I thought, how am I going to do that in somebody's hair? So then I thought, I'll look up symbols. So, does anybody know what that is? Yorkshire Rose. Well done. So I thought, there's the Yorkshire Rose, but if you were going to do a rose, it would probably just look like any old rose. It'd be quite hard to get it to look like the Yorkshire Rose, so that was out. And then I finally saw that. And I thought you could actually do that on a head block. So that was what I ended up coming up with. So this morning, I actually saw that this morning at 7 o'clock. I was in bed on my phone thinking, what we're going to do today. I was flicking through, I saw that, I thought, right, I'm going to get up now and I'm going to practice it and I'm going to bring it in for you lot today. So I brought it and it's down here. So that was what I ended up coming up with. Now, the good thing about it is, it's not too difficult to do, which I know some of you struggle with a bit of the hair up stuff. It's mainly just moulding it into what you want it to be. So there's not a lot of technical stuff in it, but the other thing is you can adapt it. So, I mean, what could you do different with this, do you think, looking at it? Any ideas, anybody?
I put colours through it.
You'd put what?
Colours through it.
Colours through it? You could put colours through. What else could you do with it? Anybody?
Abstract.
Like what?
What they call them? Someone help me. Accessories.
Accessories?
Not anymore.
Do you mean like natural accessories? If it's to do with the countryside, do you mean like natural accessories, or do you mean like heather or moss or twigs or something like that? Right, okay, yeah, you could do that. Technique-wise, you could plait the front, you could weave it. Could anybody do weaving?
Yeah.
Anybody tried that? You could weave the front of it. You know, you don't have to do it exactly how I've done it. I've just done this for something to show you and to give you an idea. So now I need to attempt to replicate this on video. What?
It's just simple.
The back, I've just sectioned it off. Now if I was going to do this for a competition, I would have used dressing cream for starters, which is this stuff. I've shown you it before. Now dressing cream, like I said, it's really good to get rid of all the wispy bits and make it look really shiny and glossy. So I'd have used it on the front and on the back. Because the thing is, what you want to do is show the textures. So you'd want it smooth all around the top and the front, and like wool at the side here when you're back combing it. So it gives it a bit of, it's more interesting to look at. So, and I don't know if this is exactly the same head block, but I'm going to show you, or attempt to show you what I did this morning, if I can remember. Right. Okay, so. Right, the first thing you want to do is obviously make sure your hair's prepped. So you want to make sure it's nice and straight before you start. And you don't want it to have loads of greasy products in it. So brush it through, all the way through, straighten it if you need to, or wash it. I think you're getting your web blocks out there for this. They're getting...
Those are the ones that they'll use. The really,
Right.
really long ones.
Right, okay. So I sectioned it off first to behind the ear on both sides. The front one. And then you want to be putting, basically it's two, we'll ignore this bit at the moment. Basically it's two ponytails at either side, quite low ones. Just put it in the way. Just got my face. Right. So you need to section it off, half and half, both on each side, exactly the same amount. Now at this point I'd use a bit of dressing cream. In fact what I'll do is, I'll use dressing cream on one side and not use it on the other, and then you'll be able to see the difference. Now when you use this, like I've said before, it's really, really greasy stuff, so you only need a tiny little bit. So I would literally just dab my brush in it, and that's about as much as you need, and you need to spread it all over, just that bit. And I did the ponytail, it was literally just above where the ear starts. So this is where you need to spend your time, because obviously I've shown you that, you're going to might adapt it a little bit, but ultimately what you want to be doing is perfecting it. So you want to be spending a bit of time getting it right. Now at this point you can either do it normally as you would, you know, like putting a band on, or you can do it how I've shown you before. Can you remember where I put two clips at either side of the, can you just get to it? I'll just open it up for a second. If you wanted it to stay pretty smooth and you don't want it moving, you need to be putting the hair grips on the rubber band. And ideally you do this before you add all the colours in. Right, so it wants to go like that, okay? You put your hair grip in the base of your ponytail, you put your thumb on it so it doesn't hit you in the base, and you wrap it around as much as you can. You leave a little bit of give so that you can then turn that hair grip round and push it back into the base of your ponytail. Okay? And that way you're not ruffling up anything that you've done. Right, same on this side now. Now I haven't got a mirror in front of me, but what would I be doing?
Check your balance.
Yeah. You need to always make sure that your balance is right, and make sure that your ponytails and stuff's in the right place. So if it's not, you have to tell me. About right? Yeah? No? Somebody tell me. Who wants the ability to talk? Right. So I've got anything with you. Right. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to back comb it. Right, remember what I said about back combing? Somebody tell me what I said.
In sections.
Yeah, so you don't just get this whole ponytail and start going like this at it, okay? You need to do it in sections. So use the end of your brush, section it off, and you back comb it lightly. You don't get your brush in and do it really hard, because it'll just end up in one big clump. So section it off, start back combing it. Wants to be looking like candy floss. Start putting your spray on, and again you only want a mister spray, you don't want it where your can's right up to the hair and it's wetting the hair, because it'll just go all crispy, the hair, you won't be able to do anything with it. So lift it up,